first down. Breeze. And Breeze is intercepted for the third time. Picked off by rookie A.J. Terrell. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 football. We're not seeing it right now.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Love from the gun. He got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at the 5. Now he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Touchdown. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
Younghoe Koo to kick off.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk.
Those passes intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 31-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here. Didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them?
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 52 yards. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Another carry down for Gurley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Love fires that quickly outside. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown.
Luke Stocker. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Coup for the extra point.
For the point after.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense, and that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Breeze now on 1st down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Clock keeps moving.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. They will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Love, they go play action now. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
10 at the 32-yard line.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Buying time to his left. And now here's another interception. Rookie A.J. Terrell. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure whatever the reason is. He better figure it out. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
Now a throw here, hold in. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
To Julio Jones.
Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete, and he'll get nothing out of that one. So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at the 33-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
Field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So it's Saints football as we get you reset, facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Brees finding Kamara.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
At the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And here's another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Yet another interception. interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
At the 21-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again they run with Gurley.
But that's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Play fake. Here's Love. Looking deep for Julio. And it's incomplete. Still trying to the very end. But now this game is over. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Falcons, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get a trip to Vegas next week for a date with the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.